Great sessions thus far. Let's dive deeper into technology. More importantly, how you could leverage technology in your sales process. This is both for BGAs and independent advisors. Data security, best practices, and digital tools. This is taught by a fantastic supporter of NAILBA and all of independent distribution. We're lucky to have Krish Krishnan. He has 35 years of leadership experience in the global information technology and consulting space, building and leading IT organizations in more than 10 countries around the world. He has also served on the boards of various international corporations in the US and Asia Pacific. Many of you will recognize Chris as the president and CEO of Magnifact. Prior to that, he did a leadership in a different role, leading 2,500 global professionals, providing consulting and IT in various countries: South Africa, Thailand, Greece, Philippines. Chris has understand and built out robust vendor systems during his tenure at these different digital corporations. He holds an electronic engineering degree from Indian Institute of Technology in Bombay, and is also an alumnus of the Harvard Business School. Please welcome Krish Krishnan.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Krish Krishnan. I'm the founder and CEO of an insurtech company called Magnifact based out of Chicago. Thanks to some of you for your very positive feedback on a couple of pieces I wrote for the Perspectives magazine. Dan kindly requested me to do a short slide session covering two of those topics. One on data security best practices. That's going to be a large chunk of what I'm going to talk about. And I've also got a short session on the digital mobile app, the digital advisor platform that I wrote about a couple of quarters ago. I received some questions and some good feedback on a piece on an agent mobile app that I wrote in the winter edition of the Perspectives magazine. So I thought I could spend some time talking about the concept of a digital agent or advisor portal. It's definitely not a new topic. It's been around and discussed for over 25 years now, but unfortunately has never been realized. There are different shapes, different incarnations, different forms of what people think are a good portal, but it doesn't really offer a complete 360-degree view of an agent's business. The digital advisor portal, in my opinion, is really an agent's dream where he or she can conduct all day-to-day operations in one place instead of having to navigate, log in, and transact business across multiple systems. I've been in the IT side for over 35 years, and I have seen firsthand the challenges that agents face on a day-to-day basis. So I thought in this session, I will talk about the overall architecture of a digital agent platform, and then also how it can possibly be achieved with the right set of minds and players coming together, united by a common purpose. So if you really look at the challenges that an advisor faces on a day-to-day basis, right? It's first off, one of the reasons that contributes to this misery is because the cost of distributing embedded visualization software is really prohibitive. So what happens is most carriers restrict their slice and dice capabilities just for internal use. The second thing to consider is that the back office systems at a carrier are not really trivial, right? So you've got at least a dozen internal systems feeding in data to the portal. So if you start multiplying that by the number of carriers an agent typically is contracted with, the data volumes can get really frightening and astonishing and astronomical. The third thing to consider is that the advisor and the carrier are these days separated by very many levels of separation. So you've got agencies, intermediate broker dealers, you've got sub-agencies, MGAs, BGAs, NMOs, FMOs, and call what you may, but you've got a lot of intermediate players separating the advisor from the carrier. So much so that, you don't have a direct line of communication as far as insurance products based on region, rates, etc. So that's a common problem that agents are facing today. And the last point is pretty self-explanatory. If you look at the level of frustration that's pretty evident. Technology is really far behind in this industry. I think the insurance industry, in my opinion, is still living in the Jurassic era. As far as technology is concerned, I mean, people have moved on with, hyperscale computing and AI and natural language processing and mobile computing technologies. And unfortunately, we are still far behind. So that is one of the challenges that sort of needs to be addressed if we can move on, take it on to the next level. So I just wanted to sort of outline some of the key elements of what I call a digital advisor portal or platform. While this is not an exhaustive list of all components that build up this ecosystem, I have actually portrayed some key elements that really make up this portal. So what I've done is, in the interest of clarity and time, I haven't really spent time talking about multiple types of CRM systems or vendors. I'm not talking much about the lead management systems or contracting systems. I've left them out. That doesn't mean that these are less important than what I'm going to present, but I just kept it very succinct here. This structure, I think, will serve the purpose of what I'm trying to outline in this concept of a digital advisor portal. In my experience, there are really two pillars to this. You've got the pre-sales part, and then you've got the post-sales part, both on the transaction side, on the analytics side. So let me start with the pre-sales transactions and analytics piece. I broke it down into sort of 5 sub-pillars here on the quoting side, leading to EAP, to illustration, new business underwriting, and policy administration. Nevertheless, what's going to happen is, in some cases, these are all intermixed. So you've got one sub-pillar doing both functions. So, I'm not going to spend too much time trying to demarcate one from the other. On the other side, what I did is I put all the commission calculation systems and the concept of what I call aggregated distribution analytics, where an agent is able to access data from multiple carriers at a click of a button instead of having to log in, look at production scores from multiple carrier portals. So I just put some vendor names here. Again, these are sample vendors that serve in each of the spaces. Company names are provided only as examples, and they're not depicted in the order of popularity or adoption. So I've not, again, this is just to be taken as illustration purposes only. So I put some vendor names against each one of those. And the key thing is really, how do we bring it all together? So I've come up with the concept of a systems integrator role here that companies that could really, and again, this is not an exhaustive list, it could be anybody here for that matter, but what they could do is really create an API, so to speak, an application programming interface that would really interact with each of the sub-pillars and provide a single stream to the user experience layer. So what could happen is, for example, instead of an agent getting into a tablet or a mobile app or a personal computer or a MacBook into each one of the systems separately, he or she is presented with one common portal where at a click of a button, that agent is able to look at, launch an EAP right up to consummation, get a policy going, and then once the policy is all consummated and sold, then look at monthly commissions or weekly commissions, and also look at all the production across all the carriers that the agent has contracted with and perform analytics on top of that. So this is really, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, right? So early movers, I believe, including systems integrators and data visualization companies, have got this unique opportunity to sort of partner up and deliver a very powerful single user experience to the advisor. So I think this is really what I think the industry is kind of ripe for, and we have to have people moving in this direction. So what does this portal do? I think, the portal would really solve the problems I talked about earlier. It would equip the agent or advisor with very powerful analytics without someone having to spend a lot of money to sponsor or buy expensive visualization software for them, which is going to be a big barrier to entry for performing analytics, like I described. The other thing is, you don't have to log into, 25 different systems or 50 different portals to get a 360-degree view of your business or conduct your transactions. So this portal would guarantee to be a one-stop shop for the agent's business, right from a browser or a mobile device with a single sign-on capability. The other thing is it's going to bring agencies and carriers closer to agents. And, you've got, for example, in the mobile app, you've got capabilities like location sensitivity. So, for example, I'm based in Chicago, and if I'm an agent, the carrier could tell me what products would really suit my business based on my location, my region, my county, and other bits of information. Last but not the least, I think we spoke about lack of technology here. So imagine someone really sponsoring a technology to the advisor, chock full of things like predictive analytics, AI, natural language processing, and mobile computing, to bring the latest trends to the advisor so that the advisor feels really empowered to be able to conduct their business. Thank you very much for the time, opportunity, and attention. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the session. If you have any questions on the topics I presented, please talk to your NAILBA contact, or please feel free to reach out to me at the numbers I have provided on the previous slide. Thank you very much. Have a great, wonderful afternoon. Bye.